Welcome back, everybody. This is part two of my survival tour of my world. Uh, my name is Booker, and today I think we'll go take a look at my village. So, I tried to build a village that was a little bit closer to my castle because I didn't feel like traveling across country every time I wanted to do trades with villagers. Now, each one of these huts, so to speak, I decided to do a little different than the default. They're still small, but every one of them has its own unique personality. I started my village with a center well, just like most villages, but I wanted mine to be unique, so I used the moss stone from dungeons, and I carved it out with the fences and put a portal on top as a way of transporting the villagers from their natural village to the one I'm building. Now, each corner of the village, let me try to give you a kind of a top view here. You'll see that there's different styles. Now, this one is the jungle village. I use the jungle wood on this one. This one here is the spruce village. I used all the dark spruce wood. Excuse you, I'm talking here. This is the original oak. And then over here on the corner, I have the birch. Now, the corner huts are kind of accidental. As I was trying to space these out, two ended up as one, and so I just made it an extra large hut. Now, you're probably wondering why I have villagers trapped in each one of these huts. Well, unbeknownst to me, as I was building the village, of course I started with the oak, and then the jungle, and then the spruce, or excuse me, the birch, and then the spruce. I was moving this direction one hut at a time. Holy cow, this guy gives saddles. Don't go nowhere. I also went ahead and made a little section over here of just cobblestone. Now, for some reason, all the villagers kept migrating where I was building. They kept coming this direction more and more and more until it got to the point that this corner right here was kind of like a villager hangout. Didn't like that. I went online and did some research and found out that villagers will have like a midpoint of where they congregate, and it's all based upon doors. So depending on where the doors are built, facing sunlight, they average out the distance from the last door built. And since I was moving this direction, the average of where the doors were being built kept going this direction. Now, the way to fix that was to actually trap all the villagers in the hut so that the other villagers would basically come visit. Ooh, fire protection. So it seems kind of mean, but that's the only way to get the villagers spread out in the village. All right, don't forget to close the door. Now, I moved all the villagers individually from the portal using railcard systems. I would push them out here, and I'd have an entire railcard system going straight to the house that I wanted them to be in. So it took a while. I had to be very careful when I broke the chest. Hey, you two, break it up. I'm filming. Because if I accidentally hit the villager in the process of breaking the cart, the golems would attack me. So I would end up having to kill a bunch of golems, but that's actually okay. You can use it to farm iron, and more golems will spawn. So it's like a never-ending golem iron mine, iron farm. All right, over here I've actually started 2 new subsections of the village because I wanted to use the new dark oak. So it'll be the dark oak village. And over here will be the new acacia village. And based on the laws of median displacement of villagers, as I put up new doors, the median will migrate this direction. So that's a good thing. Alright, it looks like all the golems are behaving themselves. I have to be careful because I never know which one might be pissed off at me. Alright, the next thing I want to show you is the beacon tower. I pretty much waited until I had finished doing all my other projects because I wanted to make sure that I had some good armor to protect me from going to the nether and collecting wither skulls, because you don't just get attacked by withers, you get attacked by blaze and skeletons, and it's just a pain in the butt. Okay, this dirt is supposed to only be temporary while I carved out this mountain, this cylindrical mountaintop, because I wanted to put my beacon here. Now this is all 100% iron. There's no gold, no diamonds, just iron. And like I said earlier, I wanted to make sure I had explored enough blocks. This is all nether quartz. And the glass dome, I have a confession to make. I did build a glass dome in survival, and it did not look good at all. It looked like a retarded pyramid, because even though I know how to make circles pretty smoothly, I just tried to follow the glass around the circle, go up one level, move in one level, go up one level, move in one level, and it did not look good at all. So I did have to go into MC Edit and replace the glass dome that I built with an actual dome. I don't technically consider it cheating since I actually built it in survival. I don't know. While I was in MC Edit, I played around with the replace tool. I'm still new with it and still learning it, but this structure here was, believe it or not, a naturally formed smooth stone obelisk. I had thought about carving it into some sort of statue, but I turned it into diamond. I'll probably replace it back to smooth stone and carve something out of it. I have not used any of the diamond blocks. Any diamonds that you see in my inventories were mined naturally. Okay, about the beacon, I did not realize that the beacon will only go out 50 blocks, so it just barely regenerates me when I'm sleeping in my bed. Outside of that, like in the village or in my mine, doesn't do me any good. So I may consider moving it, or I may consider starting a new world at getting the beacon earlier because I do like the perks that it gives me. I explained last episode that my horses, I was going to get more horses, but because I don't use them for anything, I probably won't do anything at all. Alright, the next thing that I wanted to show you was my chicken coop. Now, we walked by it once before, and I showed you that I do have little hoppers that when they lay the egg into it, the hoppers do go down underground. This used to be actually a pond, but for some reason my chickens have a tendency to glitch through the ground, and so I got rid of the water thinking that might help. It didn't. Then I tried making it double thick. That didn't help. So I'm still not quite sure why they're glitching through. Whoop. Don't stand in the way and you won't get hit, dummy. Ooh, that's loud. I might have to turn those sounds down. Alright, let me show you behind the scenes on how this automated chicken works. Alright, back here, chicken breeding machine, do not enter. I got a rail cart system set up down here that as this minecart goes around, it actually picks up eggs from the hoppers. Hoppers are staying pretty empty, but the chest is pretty full. I always have to babysit this because, like I said, my chickens glitch through and come down. Hold on a second. I gotta turn those chickens down. That is way too loud. Music and sounds friendly. Hopefully that's considered. There we go. Alright. Rail cart system. Now this is a detector rail. As the minecart drops off its payload and comes down here and hits this, a redstone switch will switch and activate the dispenser and spit out another chicken. So like I told you before, it goes around approximately once every 7 seconds. I have a 1 in 8 chance, so I average about a new chicken a minute. Whee! Very primitive. I'm contemplating trying to maybe modify this for 2 reasons. One, because of all the chickens, check out my lag. 14, 15 frames per second. And that's not any good. Usually when it drops down to 10 frames per second, I go in here and I just slaughter all the chickens, get about 192 at a time, which is why I'm always eating cooked chicken. A lot better than beef. Alright. My next project will probably be not only automatically breeding the chickens, but automatically cooking them as well. That way I can just have them drop into a chest and I can come by and pick up some cooked chicken. Alright, village, beacon, chicken coop. Alright, next on the tour, we'll go over here. I want to show you my mob drop. I was going to save it for a 3rd episode, but I'll go ahead and show you this time. I like having the sunlight. It keeps... it's my abandoned mine shaft. Yes, abandoned hope, all you who enter here, and diamond mine. This intersects into so much. There's an underground subway down here. A lot of different areas to explore. Alright, this is my little corner of the world. There's a villager in there. Alright, this is my mob drop. That's my trash can. I've got a second mob drop over here. That's just zombies only. It's okay. It's not very efficient as this one here because this one was a very, very special project. Let me go up top and see if I can kind of explain all the intricacies of what makes it so special. Why do I have glass? I don't know. I think it's funny to just watch them drop. I'm silly like that. All right. First part. First part is the elevator system. I do have a mob spawner. It's a skeleton mob spawner. They spawn, fall in the water, come over to the elevator, come up the elevator. Now, the reason I've got this kind of wrapping around is to get the mobs where I want them to go. It's a delivery system, not just straight up and straight down. And boom. All right. Now, secondly, from outside, my mob grinder goes back into here. And this is my second one. My second mob drop. My mob grinder, of course, gets skeletons, zombies, creepers, and basically when they spawn and they land on a pressure plate, a piston, let me show you here. There we go. Piston will push them out, they'll fall into the water, and then they will basically flow down into the center. And then down below. Alright, so in fact, here comes a volunteer. Got a zombie. It's not as efficient as I wanted it to, but I'm not very good with redstone, as I've mentioned before, so just having a basic pressure plate and piston, even that took me a while to figure out, and then duplicate it over and over and over and over again. So other problems I've probably have is the mobs are spawning outside instead of spawning inside. So that's a problem. Alright, so we have our mob spawner, mob grinder, and you're probably sitting here going, well, why is there a portal? Well, I have a portal in the Nether specially designed for zombie pigmen. And yes, believe it or not, on occasion I will find zombie pigmen in my mob drop. Zombie villager. Hello. Wave at the people. Say hi. Say bye. Wonderful. Alright. So back to the Nether. So they come in here, they cannot go out the back, they can only go forward. They'll fall into the water and get washed into here and drop down just like everyone else. So this conjunction are three types of mob traps: mob grinder, mob spawner, and nether spawner. And they all drop down into a single location. Believe me, when I need some experience, I can stand there and just get all kinds of goodies. Alright. Now, one of the things I've noticed about when I hit these guys is they drop a lot of their stuff on the ground. And I was wasting a lot of stuff. And of course, arrows I don't need, so I'll just chuck them in the fire. So I put a couple of hoppers down here going into a chest so that I catch the overflow. This comes in handy. Hold on. Our hostile creatures are a little too loud. That's better. This comes in handy when I have a pigman fall to his death, drops a nugget, it'll automatically pick it up. All right. Now I got tired of running all the way back upstairs every time I had 30 experience. So I just kind of built me an enchanting table here so that I could enchant a book, get what I want, or if I need to repair something, I can just put it on here. I just noticed I'm not wearing my armor. Woohoo! There we go. Comes in handy. Alright, so basically a little enchanting corner over here. If this place had a couch, I'd sit here and I'll read a book. Down here, just for giggles, you can kind of see where the skeleton spawner is. I drop down. This was accidental. This was actually an abandoned mine shaft. And when I went to build the elevator, I popped up in the abandoned mine shaft. So, wasn't supposed to have glass here, but I'm kind of glad it is now, so that I can make sure that my mob spawner is actually spawning. Alright, now, if I want to gather experience, there's... Ooh, I got a creeper in there. There's only one way to do it. Let me explain. If I just want the goodies, well, they would need to drop farther to die, or I could just kill them. Alright, so that's how you get all the good stuff. However, there's a better way. Now, of course, if I just want to sit here and smack them all day long as they fall, yeah, that'll work. But that uses up hunger. So, I'm not too thrilled about doing that. Let me show you a little trick. Over here, I have splash potions of healing. Yes, these are legitimate diamonds for repairs, books for enchanting. Splash potion of healing. Let me grab one of these. And I'm going to show you two tricks. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let me explain what I'm doing. If you'll hit F3 and pull up your menu, you'll see that the first line just tells you what version, Minecraft 1.7.2, how many frames per second you're getting, and how many chunks are loaded. Then there's the second line, which tells you the chunks explored. The third line is entities. That tells you how many entities are in this chunk. If you'll notice, I've got 210 out of 240 entities. Those are the entities that are falling into my mob grinder. Now, as I said before, I could just pull my little lever and get all the loot, but I wouldn't get the experience. I actually have to kill them. I could actually sit here and beat on them for about 10 minutes, but that uses food. Or I can just throw a splash potion of healing at them and kill them all. It's that easy. Just look at all the experience raking in. Now you can see why I actually have an enchanting table nearby and an anvil nearby. On average, about 200 entities equals about 37 levels of experience. And 37, believe it or not, is exactly how many I usually need to repair my enchanted pickaxe. Now you're probably saying, oh, these guys didn't die. Well, they either just dropped or they're already living, such as the creeper. Alright, not too worried about them. Alright. And we'll go over here and grab a diamond, hit an anvil, 37 levels, done. It's just that easy. Alright, that's about my wrapping up point for right now. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Next time around we will probably explore the Nether. So come on back and see that, and we'll see you all next time.